Slender, the 8 pages, released on the 26th of June 2012. Hard to believe, but it has been 13 years since its release. Slender, the 8 pages is a short, first-person survival horror experience where you're stuck in a dense, dark forest at night with the objective of collecting 8 pages scattered throughout the forest whilst being chased by a mysterious, haunting figure known as Slenderman. From an objective standpoint, Slender the 8 pages is an incredibly simple game that if released in today's modern landscape would most likely gain little to no traction. But on the other hand, it is one of the most crucial horror games ever to release, and without it, we wouldn't have that modern landscape in the first place. But to understand that, we need to go all the way back to not 2012 surprisingly, but 2009. In June 2009, a contest on the Something Awful forums took place. The goal was to change photographs using digital manipulation so that pictures showed something supernatural. And on the 10th of June, Victor Surge uploaded 2 disturbing images in black and white. Both images were photographs of a group of children with a figure in the background. He was a tall, thin man with a blank face. In the second image, you could also see his iconic tentacles. Victor Surge had created an icon which we now know as Slenderman. Slenderman spread like wildfire, becoming very popular on the internet. Fan art, cosplay, and fiction were created all over the internet, and a mere 11 days later, a video series was published on YouTube called Marble Hornets, becoming one of the most popular Slenderman creations ever, birthing YouTube horror projects in the analog horror landscape we know and love today, like the Backrooms. Then, in 2011, Notch added a new mob to a little game called Minecraft, naming it the Enderman, very clearly being heavily inspired by the Slenderman. Slender hadn't even got his own game yet, we were already seeing his presence in gaming and YouTube. Then Slender the 8 pages released, and whilst YouTube's Let's Plays were popular with games like Amnesia, the release of Slender saw a humongous jump in views for Let's Plays. It was no longer a niche, it was becoming mainstream. But what was it about Slender the 8 pages, or just Slender the icon in general, that caused this phenomenon? There is 2 overarching reasons I believe that caused this surge. One, obviously the game itself, which we'll look into in just a moment, and 2 is simply the existence of Slender as a gaming horror icon. What I mean by this, if we take a look at horror movies, even the earliest horror movies that became popular and are still iconic to this day, they were monster movies first. The selling point was Frankenstein, Dracula, or even Godzilla. It was the monster that got people to notice these movies, and still to this day, these characters, these icons, are still remembered. They are immortal. We can see this still today in modern horror movies as well. Ghostface, Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger, Xenomorph, Chucky, and now even most recently Art the Clown. The list goes on. But what does this have to do with Slender? Horror games up to that point in 2012 lacked in this fundamental aspect, and because of this was unable to achieve its full potential. Sure, we had games like Resident Evil with Nemesis or Silent Hill with Pyramid Head, and is arguably a large part of why those games are so popular, and games like Amnesia were starting to set a foundation, but once Slender the 8 pages released, he became infamous. He will forever be looked back on as the starting point for icons in horror games. Now, I'm not saying Slender created games like FNAF or Poppy Playtime or any other indie horror game ever. It didn't create mascot horror. FNAF did that all on its own. All the horror games we've got after Slender are created by its creators with a vision and an idea, big or small. But Slender gave the creators of those said games a platform to flourish. Slender popularized indie horror. Slender filled a hole in the horror gaming market. Now it's time to actually look at the game Slender the 8 pages. Here is me playing the game for the first time in a long time. Yeah, the music, man. Oh, it's so good. Alright, start game. Arsec Productions presents. Show it to me. Oh, chills. Chills. Why did this man climb over the fence and come into the forest? Who knows? What a goober. The game's graphics are simple, but they are all they needed to be. This game actually looks better than I was from what I remember. As much as I say I'm a pro Slender gamer, I'm not. Alright, I'm actually a pro Slender gamer. I know I want to head to the birch tree already. Look at this. Big brain. I am so slow. I don't realize how slow you are in this game. Forgot about that. And then you run and the torch goes away. Can I touch off? You can. You are so slow. On page 0, there is little to no music, just ambience. The first noise you will notice is the crickets, which is ironic as usually the noise of crickets is symbolic for silence in the audience. You might hear what seems to be a barking dog, and then the creepiest noise of them all is what sounds like a car or a plane, maybe, but it sounds outerworldly, almost out of place. But the loudest noise of all is you, your own footsteps. Every step you take is like someone smashing a kettle drum as loud as they possibly can, and then you pick up the first page. Iconic. Kind of piss your pants. The game finally actually begins. You have woke the beast. You have woke Slender. The thumping begins to overpower your own thumping footsteps, and every thump, Slender is one step closer to you. Please be on this truck. Slender, there he is. Look at this, speedrun strats. Holy! The key to finding every page is going to each unique landmark in the hopes you'll find a page there, whether it be a truck, tunnel, or weirdly shaped object. Some areas are harder than others to find the pages. The bathrooms! Yo, Slender, I'm just gonna go in the bathrooms. Don't follow me. Alright? Don't be a diddy. Oh man, the bathrooms always scare the living daylights out of me. There's so many sections you have to check. Oh, please. Alright, no page. I'm scared. Oh, there he is. He's a little... Oh my... This is already way scarier than I remember. We gotta go this way. I need the page. We are definitely not getting this first try. I thought with my skills I'd be able to get it first try, but nope. If Slender is here, we're screwed. I'd like to let you know. Don't do it. Slender. Let me have the page. We got it! Clicking E to click the page up for some reason. Oh no. Music intensifies. We gotta go to the gas canisters. Look at me. It's like I never left. Picking up page 3 adds a melancholy chime to back up Slender's orchestra of thumping. Slender is almost guaranteed to be right on your tail at all times. Escape begins to feel hopeless. Look at that. Already. 4th page. You may notice that after picking up the first page, only after every 2 pages does the game's soundtrack change. Oh, the music. The music is so... I would like to let you know, the music is so loud, my headphones are shaking. Just when you think the music can't get any more horrific, picking up page 5 adds a dreadful backdrop to the madness. Honestly, this is a really strong first run. I don't remember where any other points of interest are, though. Walls. Oh! I'm actually so scared. I'm actually shaking in my boots right now. Even though I'm wearing no boots, I'm sockless right now. Socks are off as well. The dogs are out right now, I would like to confess. No! Damn it! Picking up page 7 adds a siren similar to an emergency warning, only it doesn't sound right, almost as if it's malfunctioning or even perhaps otherworldly. Congratulations if you have made it this far and heard this siren in-game, but this siren almost guarantees your death within the next 10 seconds. Sprinting is key to avoiding Slender, but you will grow tired. You will need to find that final page fast. Slender the 8 Pages is scary. Whilst simple and short, it manages to immerse you. A lot of this has to do with sound design and music, but that's not to say the gameplay itself is bad. There is an art to the gameplay, understanding how Slender works, when to run, how much stamina you have before you run out of breath, and map knowledge is key to collecting all 8 pages. But even then, once you think you understand the game and have seen everything it has to offer, that doesn't mean you will collect all 8 pages every time. Slender is unpredictable, meaning no game will play out the same way. Slender the 8 Pages is like doing all 7 nights of FNAF in one game, with each page reflecting a night. Page 0 is night 1, not much is going on. You can get your bearings, understand the map, and by the end, collecting the final page is night 7, with Slender being almost impossible to avoid. But where is Slender now? Slender the Arrival released in 2013 and was quite a successful follow-up to 8 Pages. 2 movies were released, one in 2015 called Always Watching, a Marble Hornets story. It was unsuccessful in replicating what the YouTube series captured. Then Sony tried their hand at making a Slender movie in 2018.
It is very bad. Do not watch it.
Thank you, Oh Wise Squirrel. We did receive a remaster for Slender the Arrival on its 10-year anniversary in 2023, then later received an update allowing it to be played in VR, but with the original creator seemingly being, quote, pushed out after Arrival's initial release date in 2013, and not being able to work on Slenderman related content due to legal reasons, new games for Slender have been at a standstill from both the new dev team Blue Isle Studios and Parsec Productions for a long while now. But not all hope is lost for Slender, as Blue Isle Studios announced a new game called S: The Lost Chapters, with a planned release date for 2026. And still, to this very day, there are fan games for Slender being made. Slender the 8 Pages was everything the industry needed at that time, and will forever be looked back on as the starting point for indie horror becoming popular, and Slender as an icon will forever be looked back on as our first horror gaming icon. Thank you, Victor Surge, for creating Slender. Thank you, Parsec Productions, for creating Slender the 8 Pages. Thank you, Slender.